And welcome back to Citizen Live at 1. I'm glad you're still watching. A funeral service was thrown into disarray in Kapsabet, Nandi County, when a family member walked into the venue with a court order barring the body from being buried in a piece of land where the grave had been dug.
Mourners gathered at Silver Inn Estate, Kapsabet, to mourn and send Margaret Chipchir on her final journey. But what ensued would turn the whole ceremony into a complete unusual day.
Na yule ambaye anapigana na jamii hii atashuhudia vita vya Bwana Yesu.
A cause of the halt is an alleged family feud that saw the co-wife of the deceased move to court seeking orders to stop the burial, claiming the land did not legitimately belong to the deceased. The mourners were not amused.
Kaburi ilikuwa ya kazi gani basi? Kaburi ilikuwa ya kazi gani? Mbona wakuclaim kama huyu hajachimbia kaburi? Wangechukulia huko. Si wangechukulia huko matari basi. Ni nini? Na mwenye ana claim shamba ako wapi? Wako wapi mwenye kuclaim shamba jamani?
An event not witnessed before in this area was bound to raise concerns.
Sisi majirani ndio tubaki na laana. Hakuna. Hata si tutakataa.
Friends and family, however, heeded to the court order and the body was taken to Moiben in Uasin Gishu County to be buried in land belonging to the parents of the deceased. But the grave was not left empty. 4 bricks instead took the place that was to be her final resting place, a symbolic gesture of resting her soul.
Katika maisha kawaida tunapeleka mwili kule upande mwingine Eldoret, lakini katika ulimwengu wa kiroho kuna mwili tunaweka hapa.
The mourners proceeded to Uasin Gishu.
Kwa hivyo wazazi wake na ndugu zake wameamua kumzika upande wa Koibei kule Eldoret. Huko ndiko tunaelekea.
Magi, utaenda vizuri na watoto wako wataishi vizuri? Usijali mami. Usijali. Usijali.
The late Chipchir is reported to have died following short illness.
Now, Lupita Nyongo is now a household name locally and internationally after she bagged an Oscar for her role in the film 12 Years as a Slave. Like every dream, there is a story unknown behind it. Now, to many, they do not know that Lupita's first appearance on stage dates back to 1999 at the tender age of 14 years old when she was cast as Juliet in the theatre play Romeo and Juliet, which is showing at the Phoenix Theatres here in Nairobi. Liz Anyango visited the theatre and talked with some of the actors on Kenya's big screen and challenges facing the country.
Our visit to the Phoenix Theatres was welcomed by a rehearsal for a play due in 2 days, dubbed Roots of Shame, Seeds of Pain. This is where Lupita Nyongo honed her career nearly 15 years ago. Then she was a live performance actress.
Lupita joined Phoenix in 1997 when she was just 14 years. And I remember she had been cast in a play, Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet. Like there was one scene where it was a kissing scene. And people expected her to be the uncomfortable one. It's the other actor who was uncomfortable.
The then Phoenix Theatre director James Falkland died in 2007.
Rachel asked me if she could get a tattoo.
And was succeeded by David Opondoe, who at the time was also an actor and had an opportunity to perform alongside Lupita.
The next play she did, I was very fortunate to have been in that play. That was There Goes the Bride. And she was playing a character called Polly. And she nailed it. The show ended up being one of the most memorable plays I remember today.
So, now you speak. Now it's when I had to highlight you find your tongue.
I went to Master Shaw's plantation.
Lupita has now joined the League of Hollywood Stars.
Really? And you know why? I got this from Mrs. Shaw.
In Africa, only Nigeria appears to have made a mark in the film industry.
You'd be surprised how often it happens.
Never happened to me.
That's understandable. You don't look like the sort of person who does any farm work.
The Kenyan film industry, on the other hand, is said to have a potential. But it still has a long way to go.
Yes, we have a lot to be proud about. I think what we just need to remember is that not everything comes easy. Hard work, determination, and constantly being at something and saying, I want to make it at it, pays off. So if you work hard, it will pay off.
Lupita Nyongo, who has been an actress for 8 years and is currently featuring in the play, feels the industry lacks proper policies.
My biggest concern is the fact that, okay, well, I know that there's a guild, but there isn't an active guild that's out there. So many a times you'd find artists' cries in the 90s are the same cries we cry about today, and I'm hoping it won't be the same tomorrow. You know, acting is not considered a job. It's considered a hobby by many. But why? Why should it be so?
The big question then begs, how will Lupita's victory benefit Kenyan film industry?
This could not have come at a better time, especially for me, being in management here. It has brought in a lot of goodies for us, with a lot of interest from people who have never been to this theater before. A lot of the audience we are getting are people who are coming to theater for the first time, and that's what we need.
Let's return to matters devolution, and governors and members of county assemblies will have a major two-day conference at the Bomas of Kenya to review their achievements and their failures during the first year under the devolution system. The conference comes amid what some have termed as disruptive turf wars between the national and county governments.
The county governors, their deputies and members of the county assemblies will tomorrow and Saturday converge to self-audit their performance 1 year after the devolution system of government came into effect. They will also discuss the challenges they continue to face, particularly in their relations with the national government.
We are indeed ready for scrutiny. We are also accountable. We have never argued against accountability, and that really has to be understood.
A clear display of the spillover of the power play between the national and the county governments are two bills currently before Parliament. Members of Parliament have already begun debating the Flag, Emblems and Names Amendment Bill that will, if passed, take away the governor's right to fly the national flag on their vehicles and privileges such as being addressed as Your Excellencies.
Some of those ones, like the one about flags, is really not of the greatest concern to governors. Because first of all, we believe that the flag belongs to everybody. And in fact, the flag does not belong to national government. The flag belongs to the Republic of Kenya.
The National Assembly has also begun debate on the county government's amendment bill that seeks to establish a county development board to coordinate the use of devolved funds. The bill that originated from the Senate seeks to have the senators as chairmen of the boards with the governors as secretaries.
Well, they're asking for inclusiveness. That's all we are giving them. 100% inclusiveness. Yes. Include all leaders. And if they back out on this one, then you know that what they wanted is not inclusiveness, it's something else.
The governors are scheduled to hold a second major conference in Kwale County next month with the president and relevant cabinet secretaries to discuss the way forward for devolution in the country. Bella Genga for Citizen Live at 1.